There have been so many unfortunate celebrity death announcements this week. First, we lose Dolly Parton, then we lose Peter Sullivan, then Tim Curry. But I feel like we're all waiting for that one announcement, that one death announcement to get the party started, get the fireworks going, the parade started. Give it time. We'll get there. So Teenage Sex and Death at Miasma is the latest film by visionary film director Jane Schoenberg. They first hit the ground running with We're All Going to the World Fair, and then follow that up with I Saw the TV Glow, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important movies of the 21st century. I absolutely love that film, and that made me super excited to see whatever Jane Schoenberg did next, and they did not disappoint. Teenage Sex and Death at Miasma is a surreal, satirical horror slasher movie, kind of one of a kind. I've never seen a movie like this ever, and it's a very interesting film. It stars Hannah Einbinder and Gillian Anderson. The story centers around Hannah Einbinder's character, who is a up-and-coming film director who was just given the green light to make a reboot of a very popular, iconic 80s slasher film that has had many bad reboot intentions. And so, in order to not make another bad reboot, she decides to go to the house of the original movie's star, who is now a recluse and lives on the set of the first film, that star being Gillian Anderson. And after that, the movie takes a turn for I want to say the weirdest, but honestly, it's the most meta, funny, entertaining movie I've had all year. It's a super great film. First off, I gotta say, Gillian Anderson and Hannah Einbinder kill it with their chemistry. They have a type of relationship that honestly can't be defined. I think different people are going to have different takes on what their relationship is. If it's a mommy daughter kink, if it's a romance between an older woman and an awkward cinephile, if it's going to take on so many different interpretations for so many different people. I can definitely see this being a film that is going to be seen differently through whoever is watching it. And the only one who can give us the real answer as to what any of it means is Jane Schoenberg, because it's their vision. But whatever the relationship is supposed to be, they kill it with their chemistry. They absolutely sell it for whatever it is that they're doing. Hannah Einbinder, I know she's from Hacks. I've heard of her. I've never seen her act. She puts in a hell of a performance. Gillian Anderson stuns as always. Her character is so unpredictable. From the beginning, you can't get a read on her. You can't tell if she's genuine. You can't tell if she's crazy. You can't tell if maybe she's a slasher murderer. But whatever she is, she plays it wonderfully. I absolutely love her character and her performance. This film takes such a meta take on horror movies, on Hollywood studios, on everything that has to do with the horror film genre. Uh, it absolutely holds no bars. It does not hold back in making fun of everybody and anybody involved with movie making for movies like Camp Miasma, which is the film franchise within the movie. It's very akin to Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in which the first film is an iconic horror slasher movie loved by many. But then afterwards, studios just haven't had the same success in trying to replicate the formula with the sequels. They fall flat. They kind of go fantastical. It kind of get dumb. Like, you remember when Freddy goes to space? Or when he travels into the future? Whatever it is that he does in Freddy X? That's the kind of films that Camp Miasma is supposed to represent. And it's incredibly meta and funny how Jane Schoenberg shows how studios really look at films like these and don't give two craps about them. They just care about the money. I think there's so much that's meant to be said there. This movie has a lot to say about a lot of things. It has a lot to say about the way that horror movies are made today, the state of horror films. It has a lot to say about sexuality and how comfortable you should feel in your own body and your own sexuality. It has so much to say. This film is incredibly meta. At a point, not to get into spoilers, I think it's in the trailer, the character in the franchise turns out to be an actual horror villain that comes to life in the movie, and they come to reclaim souls and lives in order to make another film. And that's what kind of Hannah Einbinder's character gets her head wrapped around. She's kind of like our point of view into this world in which the general mass audience doesn't know that this is a thing. It sounds crazy to everybody, but it's real. Little Death, played by Jake Tavern from I Saw the TV Glow. Little Death is the Jason, to put it that way, of this universe. That's the horror movie character that does all the slashing and all the killing. Uh, and so Little Death kind of comes to life and then claims a bunch of lives. It has a killer needle drop moment in which a Counting Crows song plays, and then it goes on an absolute massacre, killing any teenager on Camp Miasma, and it's super entertaining. This movie is incredible, more meta than Deadpool, more meta than anything I've ever seen, because it kind of goes into itself, in which the entire process of this movie is the movie making itself. Incredibly meta, incredibly amazing, just a very well made movie. It's kind of complicated to follow, but James Schoenberg finds a way to make it incredibly easy to wrap your head around. I absolutely love the movie. I love the soundtrack. The other aspect I had mentioned about owning up to your own sexuality and accepting it. Hannah Einbinder's character is a very awkward, uncomfortable person in her own body, and so Gillian Anderson kind of serves as the person that can allow her to kind of explore herself in a very sexual way. And the movie does well in that, given that I Saw the TV Glow is also about accepting your own sexuality, except it's about what can happen if you repress those emotions. This movie is very much about accepting those emotions. Absolutely well made film. I have to give it a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd and recommended in theaters. It is a very niche film with niche references. So if you're someone who liked I Saw the TV Glow, if you're someone who likes meta commentary on films, someone who likes slasher films, someone who's honestly just a fan of film in general, a cinephile, you're gonna like this movie. But the film isn't gonna be for everybody. It's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. So I definitely recommend checking out the trailer and then seeing if the movie is for you. If it is, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Your thoughts, comments, and opinions. I want to see your interpretation of everything. And yeah, please just let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.